So what I want to do now is to show you a quick preview. So first of all, we got the drums. It's very simple, and sometimes we just have like a little fill coming in. So you can see I turned down this kick, so it's like a double kick, and comes in again. And then we have that a couple of times repeating throughout the track to keep the groove going. And obviously we got also some fills right here. And then before we drop into the melodic part, that's how we transition. We also got some clap fills right here, sort of panning around and stuff like that to keep things interesting. Also we got reverse kicks. So, and like double kicks, triple kicks, you know, we just go fucking crazy. But we keep it minimal. We were just really making the best out of it. Now these are the drums. I don't want to go into depth more because I think we just should keep it simple. But yeah, I think we should duplicate it as well here to make it make sense, right? Yeah, that's also good. Yeah, I think that's perfect. We also got rides here, so the second drop we got like. You know, so keep up the energy, and I think that's important, especially in the second drop. Now, we got to come to the ambient sounds. First we got this pad, Massage Malone pack. We also open up the filter regularly, as you can see. And the background sounds are very important because Lost in Your Eyes and Drown in the Ocean, it's like, it's an ocean vibe, it's very trippy, it's very romantic. And so to make it more emotional and give it more texture for the background, we have applied a lot of background effects such as crowd noise. Then we also have this sort of like whisper. And we also got this to increase the tension throughout the build-ups and drops. And also we got this pad, this sort of minor ninth chord, which adds tension to it. And we also got some downlifters and stuff. We also got this thing here. Yeah, we also have this thing right here. Sort of trippy to also transition some parts in the track and make each part unique in the track. Yeah, we also got some guitars in there to keep things natural. And also, this is the most important thing right here. Sort of like water sounds. Sounds sort of trippy as well. And also just the natural ambience, ocean sound. Because it's like ocean, it's very summer vibey sound, romantic, about love. So, sort of the vibe right here. And then, yeah, that's it, man. Got some other effects, but I don't think they are as important. What I think is important is the vocal production. Like, the vocalist here has done an amazing job. Let me just show you. So, I mean, this guy, Gabriel Smith, I just told him, hey man, this is what my lyrics are, that's how I imagine it to be sounding like. I'm not a professional singer. And I gave him sort of instructions on it, and yeah, I mean, I can actually show you what it sounds like. So if we turn it back on. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, if I drown in the ocean and I take. Yeah, if I drown in the ocean and I take control, then I won't get so lost. Yeah, if I drown in the ocean, lost into your eyes, I am lost into your eyes, lost in 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 your eyes. Yeah, if I drown in the ocean. So yeah, you can sort of hear the melody, but it's not as present, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not a trained singer, so. And like, if you hear what he's done. And I take control, then I won't get so lost in your eyes, lost in your eyes, lost in your eyes. Yeah, if I drown in the ocean and I take control, then I won't get so lost in your eyes, lost in your eyes, lost inside your eyes. I am lost inside your eyes. I am lost inside your eyes. I am lost inside your eyes. And especially this stuff right here is great because he improvised a lot, so. And it's just very ambient also. I just made that ambient because like it's his improvised section, so I wanted to emphasize that as well, make it trippy. It's his unique flavor, I think. And I haven't sang it that way. But yeah, he probably heard the stuff that I sang in a different way than I intended to have it in my head. But that's the beauty of working with vocalists. They put their own twist on it. I think that's important. Because you thrive off of individuality. And that's really it, man. And I'm just trying to, as a producer, when I receive all the vocal stems, as you can see right here, I am just looking for things that I can emphasize in the stems. And I'm like, certain parts that I can use from each stem. And I will also show you how I did that. And I'm trying to make the best out of it, really. That's it. So if we go into the vocal project, like we can see, first of all, I've sort of fixed timing wise what I wanted to fix. So yeah, I'm very, very rigid on that. I mean, he did a great job, but I just sort of twisted things around how I wanted them to be. Groove, because it's about groove, you know. So, but yeah, I just did some small changes. It looks complicated, but it's very small changes. Obviously, we got volume automation right here. You can see phrases that are too loud, I turned them down with this automation clip in the above clips. Same right here, some parts are too loud, we turn them down with volume. Same right here, some peaks, we reduce them. And but sometimes I also don't. I just put a limiter on there. So in the mixer channel here on the lead voice, I just have a limiter or vocal writer, something like that. Because we don't need it all the time. Like, we don't have to be perfect with it. Just like with that, like, yeah, it's very necessary that we have an automation. Don't put so much pressure on the limiter in the end. And yeah, man, that's the first stages. Then we just apply simple effects, limiting, saturation. I think you know the deal. Also right here. Yeah, and I work a lot with vocal stutters, reverbs. Reverb automation is so important. Also, delays are only applied to certain words. So I cut out certain words from the acapella. I time them the same way I do with the original, but the delay is 100% wet. It's only applied to that channel. And then I apply other effects, flanger, all that stuff. So I can show you right here. You can see we have this one. Yeah, if I drown. So that, yeah, if I drown. So that, yeah, if I drown is separate from the delay channel. So can see right here, even there's no delay channel really on there. We have no delay attached. Here we have it here, but the overall delay is very slight in the background. But to emphasize it even more, we got a second delay channel, and that what it's doing is, if we go in here, it's like we got that extra delay channel. We first of all have some reverb applied, and it's very low in mix, 9%. But then after that, there comes the baby comeback. It's like no dry out, so we only got the wet signal. And some other effects. You can see space modulator, the structure for filter. Then we got the flanger, limiter, OTT, and EQing the delay. So I'm really going to depth on how I want the delay to sound, full control over it. So, and yeah, it's only meant to be used for that, really. So that's it, man. And then obviously we have a lot of automations throughout that stuff. I'm automating low frequencies because the voice is very low. So I'm just automating sort of like what I like. You need to understand that EQ is just volume automation on specific frequencies. That's very important. And I just have too much of low frequencies here, so I'm automated them. It sort of just goes lower, right? Or the vocal sample is just lower. We also got these reverse reverbs. But yeah, I think that's it, man. We also just got these vocal stutter effects and stuff, but like I can show you the rendered vocals.
Yeah, if I drown in the ocean and I take control, then I won't get so lost. If I drown, stay your eyes. If I drown.
And also this part I use like some LFO volume automation as well. So sometimes I go crazy and I apply like LFO volume automation to that whole stuff. So I just go very crazy with it. And for reverse reverb, but sometimes I just have a clean one. So I'm just switching things up. And yeah, also this is another delay. So I'm channeling. So yeah, I use this delay channel multiple times for the track. So when the lead, with the lead sounds, with the lead vocals, but also with the melodic parts, as you can see in the vocal and the arrangement. So you can go back to these channels and use them multiple times. You can also automate the feedback if you want to in the delay channel itself, so that you don't have to duplicate the same thing. And because like it's about having an effective workflow and being as creative as possible and not overcomplicating things as well. Obviously, you don't want to. Why would you want to have two extra delay channels? Like, doesn't make sense. Just automate it, and I think that's the best way to go about it. You can see I use so much automation. It keeps things natural as well, because if you're in an analog studio, you are not able to just like do crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like if they have the feedback, they have a knob with feedback. This sort of analog, so you're emulating a lot of analog stuff with it as well, and this makes it flow very well, man. Just that's really it. Let me just solo these out again. I don't want them. And yeah, man, I think that is it pretty much. Since I don't want to go over them, I think that's enough. And yeah, the bass line is like, it's a combination of a sample. So we got this respace. Just a simple, like, what is it? It's just like a, yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's so simple, this stuff. Like you can do this from scratch. Simplest shit ever. Just play around with note lengths. I want it to be very deep. It's a C minor scale, so not the most recommended scale, but I don't give a fuck because I want to be low and I apply a lot of distortion as well. As you can see, I apply saturation, I boost the low end a lot. With EQ, I boost it right here, so I don't really give a damn if it's not recommended. It's just like C minor is a great scale. I use it for little party as well. I used B minor as a scale. We played a B note in these tracks, so it works, you know, if you do it the right way, if you apply the right effects, the right processing to it. Basslines can sound deep and is also on this right sound system, especially because we have this higher sample that is like a old analog bass. We have something that goes through the laptop speakers, but it doesn't matter anyways because we have melodic information in the vocals, in the synths. So don't get too crazy about it, you know, like you get groove, got a catchy melody, catchy vocal, catchy hook. And that's what should make people want to listen to the track, not the bass is like, if you're in a club, that's great, you know, like, because like you can feel it. So yeah, man, I think that's really it. Like, I don't want to make it more complicated than that.